Hi, this is Robin. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Star Science Robinson. Today we're going to deal with cardiac cycle. What is cardiac cycle mean? The sequence of changes in the pressure and flow in the heart chambers and blood vessels in between the two subsequent cardiac contraction is known as cardiac cycle. The normal duration of cardiac cycle, 0.8 seconds at heart rate 72 beat per minute. So I will explain in detail by diagram. So right now I'm drawing in heart and I'll show you how the cardiac cycle in each step of the each diagram. And let's remember when I'm teaching or when I'm going for this explanation of cardiac cycle, just remember that when I explain of the left side of our heart, you just think that same thing which happens at the right side of our heart. I mean right chambers of heart and left chambers of heart. Whatever I teaches you at left side, same thing will occurs at the right side of heart, but you just remember that the slight variations or slight pressure changes, that is the thing. Now I'll explain this step, this diagram of cardiac cycle. Now you just remember this right side, whatever I am going to teach in the left, same thing will be on the right side. So I will teach about the chamber of atrium, left atrium, as well as left ventricles, as well as aorta. So I will deal with all these three, and same thing will occur on the right. So you can see on the right atrium what it does right now. It will be in contraction phase, and same thing on right side. And you just think when there is a contraction of atrium, so left and right atrium, so the blood from the right and left atrium will flow to the ventricles. So the pressure created in atrium will shift into the ventricles. So shifting of blood from the atrium to ventricle. Now before it is shifting the blood, there will be already present of blood, that is the blood which is left on previous cycle. So we'll see after explanation of all steps, then we'll know what it is. So these are the things, and after that we can see the blood from the atrium. When the contraction of atrium occurs, so the blood from the atrium will get into the ventricles. So almost all the blood from atrium at present has been shifted to the ventricles. So in this phase we can see the atrioventricular valve is opened, and the contraction phase of the atrium, and we can see the relaxation of the or diastole of the ventricles. So the blood shifted from the atrium to the ventricles. So same thing occurs at the right side. So I'm just going explanation on left, but simple explanation on right. So this is the thing on the first stage of our cardiac cycle which we are seeing right now. So we can keep a name for it. So this is the name. So before going for the name, you just think that the pressure in atrium which has been shifted from the atrium to the ventricles after contraction, the pressure in atrium will get reduced. The time taken for the contraction of atrium is 0.11 seconds. So this is in this phase the contraction of atrium occurs. So in this phase we'll name as atrial systole. I mean atrial systole is nothing but atrial contraction. So by atrial contraction, blood from the atrium has been shifted to the ventricles. Now we will see about the second phase of our cardiac cycle. So I'm going with a diagram, simple diagram which I have drawn already. So same structure I'm going through. So now I am going with the chambers, as well as I'm going with the aorta. And after going for the aorta, you just remember in this phase we will have a functions what atrium does and what ventricles does That is the things we have to do in. So now we are going to see about the thing which is right now I'm drawing about the pulmonary veins, which is from the lungs. So returning blood from the lungs to the atrium. So in this phase you can see the blood from the atrium, when it is being shifted to the ventricles. So at this phase you can just remember the blood from the atrium has been shifted to the ventricles. So as soon as it shifts from the atrium to the ventricles, the pressure on the blood from the atrium has been decreased. So the pressure in ventricles is higher than the atrium. So at this point, if you see, the pressure is higher in ventricle, so the pressure in atrium has been decreased because the shifting of blood from the atrium to the ventricles. So there will be closure of the atrioventricular valve. The main importance is when there is higher pressure in ventricle than the atrium, then the atrioventricular valve will be closed. So that is the main important. So you have to remember when the closure of atrioventricular valve, then what is about the aortic or pulmonary valve, semilunar valve? The semilunar valve will be closed because the pressure in the ventricles is lesser than the pressure in the aorta and pulmonary artery. So the diagram which I have drawn right now, already same blood which has been shifted in the first phase. So same blood I am drawing right now. So the phases will be the same, but in this phase you can remember the closure of the atrioventricular valve. So when there is closure, there is no contact between each chamber. So now we can see the four individual chambers. So at this point of view, what atrium does? So the atrium at this point, it will receive blood from lungs through pulmonary veins. So the atrium will receive blood from the pulmonary veins, at the same time inferior and superior vena cava at the right. So it will receive all the blood from other parts of our body, and left atrium will receive blood from the lungs. So at this point of view, we can remember that atrial is receiving blood and it is getting somewhat raised of their lesser pressure. Then if you compare with ventricles, now ventricle is rising in pressure, but the pressure in ventricles is less than aorta, so a pulmonary artery, so it is unable to open the semilunar valve. So in this phase there will be closure of valves, especially atrioventricular valve will be closed, and there will be closure of semilunar valve already closed, it is not been opened. So in this phase we can see every chamber is individual, so isometric contraction. This is the first phase of the ventricle contraction. It's about 0.05 seconds. So this is the name which we have given, and we can call it as isovolumetric contraction phase. So in this phase we can see atrium is diastole and ventricle is contraction. Next we'll see about the next phase of our cardiac cycle. I'm drawing the diagram which I have drawn already before, same diagram. So I'm just going with the same type of diagram once again, and we'll see in this phase what will occur in cardiac cycle. So previously we have seen in first we can see atrial contraction and relaxation of ventricles, and the next phase where isometric contraction we have seen when atrium is been diastole and systole in ventricles. So we are seeing right now the pressure in left atrium is getting built because the blood from the venous return at the same time from the inferior superior vena cava to atriums. So they are getting the blood, and the pressure in the atrium has been increasing because the closure of the atrioventricular valve. So now we can see what will occur in these three chambers right now. So as I'm explaining this, you just remember in left, I'm just telling about the left, saying about the left, and you just remember about the right is same action but lesser pressure than the left side. So now the atrium will receive the blood from the lungs, and same thing will from the inferior and superior vena cava blood through the right atrium. And now the blood, as soon as it reaching to the right atrium or left atrium, it is just building his pressure, but the pressure is not enough to open the atrioventricular valve because the pressure in ventricles is higher at this point of view. So just remember, so when there is higher pressure in ventricles, there will be no opening of the atrioventricular valve. So at this point of view, we can see the pressure in ventricles, it is mounting, so it is going when it is reaching towards pressure than aorta and as well as pulmonary artery. So when it is above the pressure from the aorta and pulmonary artery, then the opening of the semilunar valve will occur. So as soon as the semilunar valve is opened, the blood from the ventricles will rush into the aorta as well as pulmonary artery. You just remember in this point of view where the semilunar valve is opened, as soon as it opens, you just think that the rushing of blood from the ventricles will be so rapid because the pressure in ventricles is so high. So as soon as the valve is opened, the blood from the ventricles will rush into the aorta as pulmonary artery. So in this phase, blood from ventricles is rushing to the aorta and pulmonary artery. So the blood rushes very fast. So in this phase, we can call it as rapid ejection phase. So this is the things we have seen in the third step. So you just remember in this phase, we can remember about the aorta. When the rushing of blood from the ventricles, it will just bulge or enlarge because of the pressure in the ventricles is higher than the aorta. So the rush of blood from ventricles to aorta, and the same pressure will be maintained at present in aorta as well as ventricles. But the important is when there is pressure in ventricle is higher than the aorta and pulmonary artery, then the opening of the semilunar valve will occur. This phase will be around 0.13 seconds. So we can call the next phase, I am not drawing right now, but these two phases, next phase and this phase, and both of them are around 0.22 seconds. So because I'm saying this two as one, because the actions are same but the pressures will be different. That is the only simple importance in this stage. So the rapid ejection phase and next phase will same action but the pressure is slightly different. So you just remember the seconds of this each phase. So now we are going with the fourth phase, and I'm drawing the same diagram, same structure of diagram which I have been drawing for all the phases. And now you just remember in this phase what will occur, same action like previous phase, but somewhat the pressure in this phase will be slightly different. So that is the major importance you have to remember about. So you just think in this phase what atrium does. The atrium does same action which have been in previous step. So it will receive blood from the superior inferior vena cava. At the same time, it will receive blood from the pulmonary veins to the left. So you just remember the atrium is just receiving blood and the pressure in atrium is just slightly increasing, but the pressure in ventricles is higher, so the pressure in atrium is lesser, so it's unable to open the atrioventricular valve. So you just think in this phase, and you have to remember the same thing. So you just, I'm just drawing right now the contraction how I'm showing in previous things, and so now in this phase also we can see the contraction of the ventricles. So when the contraction of the ventricles occurs because of the pressure in ventricles is higher, in this phase the pressure in aorta and the pressure in ventricles, if you see the pressure in ventricles is higher and the pressure in aorta is less than this pressure, so still the blood is going from the ventricles to the aorta at the same time pulmonary artery. But you have to remember is last phase, rapid ejection phase, we can see there is a heavy rush of blood because there is full blood, but we can see the blood in that phase, it is sending blood to the aorta and pulmonary artery. So in this phase the blood is getting reduced but the pressure is still something aorta, so the blood is going in a slow and steady process in this phase, so it is called a slow ejection phase. So first we have seen before stage it is rapid ejection phase because the blood is higher and pressure is higher in ventricles, but in this phase we can see the pressure in ventricles is getting somewhat less, so the flow of the blood or ejection of blood is lower and it is around 0.09 seconds. So altogether this two phases 0.22 seconds, that is ventricular contraction time. So we are going for the next phase of our cardiac cycle. So I am drawing this same diagram which I am drawing for all the phases, but the explanation will be somewhat different and the actions of the cardiac cycle will be different as per explanation. So now we can see what will happen in the atrium. So the blood to the left atrium will be brought by pulmonary veins from the lungs and to the right atrium by the superior inferior vena cava. So the right and left atrium right now it is just getting the blood from all the sources and it is getting filled, so the pressure in ventricle is still high, so there is no opening of the atrioventricular valve. So what about the semilunar valve? In this phase you just remember the blood after slow ejection phase the blood in ventricles has been reduced, so the pressure in ventricles getting lesser than the aorta. So in this phase the closure of the semilunar valve will be occurring. So the simple important is when there is pressure in ventricles is lower than the aorta, then the aortic valve or pulmonary valve will be closed. So same thing occurs in this phase, there will be closure of the pulmonary and aortic valve, so that is the semilunar valve. So as soon as it closes there will be the blood which is been left after the less pressure blood, so that is end systolic volume. So end systolic volume means that the blood which is been left after contraction. So in this phase we can see the atrium is relaxed, so atrial diastole, and same with ventricle also getting relaxed, so ventricle diastole. So it is around 0.04 seconds. So in this phase we can say that end of systole. So when there is end of systole you can see that the closure of the semilunar valve. You just remember in this phase as soon as the end of this systole the blood which is been left it is called as end systolic volume. So you just remember these points and as we go for the next phase of our cardiac cycle. So before going for the next phase you just don't be confused. So this is protodiastole and the next phase as we are going for, these both are almost same function, but the thing you have to remember is, so in this phase as we are going to deal with the same functions and same explanation will be done. So you just remember as we go for this protodiastole the end systolic volume of blood will be remaining in your ventricles. So from now the blood in aorta and pulmonary artery will be sending the blood from the aorta to all the parts of our body, from pulmonary artery to the lungs after closure of semilunar valve. So I'm going for a diagram of heart. So when we go for a same diagram of heart as I'm shown in previous phases, so now you just remember about what the function of atrium at present. So the functions of atrium, especially in this phase, it just receives blood from pulmonary veins as well as superior vena cava to the right atrium, and in this phase still it just continuing to get the blood from the sources, and when the atrioventricular valve is closed, pressure in atrium has getting increased. So in last phase we have seen in protophase the end systole volume of blood remained and the pressure is getting reduced. So still it is waiting to opening of the atrioventricular valve. So in this phase there will be no opening of atrioventricular valve because still there is somewhat pressure in ventricles which is higher than the atrium, so it is just getting reduced. So in next phase we can see that it will happen. So in this phase we can see the closure of the semilunar valve which makes individual chambers, so isometric relaxation. So we can see at present atrium is getting relaxed, so atrial diastole. At the same time we can see ventricular diastole because it is also having no pressure, so it is diastole. So in this phase we can call it as isovolumetric relaxation phase, and it is about 0.08 seconds. So we can just identify the phases, the protodiastole and isometric relaxation are almost similar because everything there, protodiastole, that is the phase of closure of semilunar valve, but here we can see almost everything is been closed. So now we are going for the next phase of our cardiac cycle. Just we have to remember what will occur in three phases of our lesson. So we have to remember about the main thing is I am drawing right now aorta, at the same time pulmonary artery, just to give you information what will occur in this phase. The main thing you have to remember is in the previous we have seen the closed individual chambers, but here we can see the main thing is the pressure in ventricles has been reduced and it is point and mmHg, and there is no pressure because it is um, diastole right now, and both the atrium and ventricular are diastole right now, and still it is having no pressure. So the pressure in atrium is higher than the ventricles because the atrium is getting blood from the sources, so it is creating a pressure. So when there is heavy pressure in the atrium, so when there is pressure in atrium higher than the ventricles, then the opening of the atrioventricular valve. So this is the opening of the atrioventricular valve. So as soon as the atrioventricular valve is opened, the blood from the atrium is just shifted to the ventricles. So you can see till then there is no opening of the atrioventricular valve. So as soon as the pressure in ventricles has been less and the pressure in atrium is higher, so when the opening of the atrium, the rush of blood is rapid. So in this phase there is no contraction, but there is pressure of atrium is higher in atrium and pressure in ventricles is lower. So in this point we can see around 0.11 seconds the previous step we can see end systole volume of blood remained. So now we have again some more blood, that is rapid passive ventricular filling in ventricles. So we can call this phase as a rapid passive ventricular filling. There is no contraction, but there is a pressure higher in atrium than the ventricles, so the opening of the atrioventricular valve occurred. We are going for the next phase of our cardiac cycle. So I'm drawing the same diagram, so you just remember the points which I have gone the last phase. Now the atrioventricular valve is opened as we have seen in the previous phase. So we can see the blood from previous phase, that is end systole volume and rapid ventricular filling. So we are seeing in the next phase now the blood from the lungs, that is from pulmonary veins, it reaches to the left atrium and superior vena cava to the right atrium. So the blood directly now, because the opening of atrioventricular valve, so from this point of view the blood directly gets into the ventricles. So as soon as the blood enters into the ventricles, now we can see all together three remaining bloods, three in three phases, previous phases, that is ESV at the same time, and rapid passive ventricular filling. Now this phase, it is slow passive ventricular filling, so there is no contraction, so just diastole. So this phase is called as slow passive ventricular filling. In this phase, atrium is in diastole, at the same time ventricular also in diastole. About 0.19 second, this is the longest in this cardiac cycle phases. And this the blood which is being remained as we went on first step of the atrial systole in our cardiac cycle, where I have said already left blood is the blood which is remained. So now we are seeing about the closure of atrioventricular valve. It produces S1 sound, so that is called as heart sound 1. So now the closure of semilunar valve will produce heart sound 2, so S2. So now we can see any young boys or young man who does exercises and making heavy load and facing heavy load to push or using a pressure, then we can see S3 sound. And we can see in this phase atrial systole. So when there is produce of S4 sound, it is a pathological condition where the hypertrophy of ventricles. So when the contraction occurs, is unable to send the blood from the atrium to the ventricle, then the pressure is maintained and pressure is making to contract. So at that point the sound is called as S4. It is pathological condition. We are going to see about ventricular events and ventricular systole and ventricular diastole. So ventricular systole is around 0.3 seconds, that is 0.27 seconds. So we can say that it is about 0.27, that is 0.3 seconds, and ventricular diastole is 0.53 seconds or 0.5 seconds. And if you see phases by, as I have given already the seconds, so 1 second we'll see that is in isovolumetric contraction phase. So we can phase around ventricular contraction, it is ventricular systole is 0.05 seconds, and we can see in a rapid ejection phase where it is around slow ejection phases, altogether it is around 0.22 seconds. So this is the ventricular systole. So we can just remember this as a important point. So the systole of diastole will occur in ventricles is in isometric contraction and rapid ejection phase and slow ejection phase, these two. So altogether it is 0.27, that is isometric contraction, it is around 0.05, and rapid and slow ejection phase is almost 0.22 seconds. So you just remember this. So now we are going for the next phase. So if we want to know differentially, that is rapid ejection phase time is around 0.13 seconds, and if you see slow ejection phase, it is 0.09 seconds, altogether 0.22 seconds. So ventricular systole is around 0.27 seconds, that is almost 0.3 seconds. So now we will go with the main thing of ventricular diastole. So the rest of the phases is called ventricular diastole. So ventricular diastole we can see in proto diastole. At the same time isovolumetric or isometric relaxation phase. At the same time we can see proto ventricular proto diastole, that is around 0.04 seconds. So ventricular diastole, and we can see next phase, that is isometric relaxation phase or isovolumetric. You can see same thing, which is ventricular diastole. It is around 0.08 seconds, and we can see the next phase, rapid passive ventricular filling. So ventricular diastole, that is around 0.11 second, and we can see the next phase, that is in slow passive ventricular filling. It is around 0.19 seconds. This is the longest phase in this cycle. And next, fast rapid filling. So in this phase we can see ventricular diastole 0.11 seconds. So the main thing of this ventricular diastole and systole we have seen. And if you see about the atrial systole, it is around 0.11, that is 0.1 second, and the rest of the cycle it is atrial diastole. So it is 0.69, so altogether 0.7 seconds. So atrial contraction is very less, and if you see, that is 0.11, that is 0.1 seconds, and if you see atrial diastole, it is about 0.69, that is altogether 0.7 seconds. So this is about the atrial and ventricular contraction, atrial ventricular and relaxation. So it is occurs in within 0.8 seconds. 1 second we'll see. So atrial systole is 0.11, that is 0.1 second in 0.8 second, and if you see atrial diastole, that is 0.69, that is 0.7 seconds. So altogether 0.8 seconds. So this is about atrial events. So thank you friends, and I hope it is useful for you. Thank you. Bye bye. It's Star Science Robinson.